Good morning, Steve Free in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Mixed trade overnight with beans a little bit lower, corn about unchanged, and wheat also about unchanged. Outside market stocks are a little bit lower. We got the dollar lower, crude lower, and most commodities are lower. I think the trade outside the markets is watching U.S. tapering news, U.S. economic growth news, COVID cases, and then the market's also watching China as their economy slows down. There's also talk that China wants to join TPP, which the U.S. got out 6 years ago. It raises some questions about future trade with U.S., especially on the ag side of things. We did hear overnight that China's back buying U.S. P&W and also Gulf beans, and that they need beans. And I think the program was, by now they'd already be shipping beans out of the U.S. in large quantities, and then at the end of the year, shift to the corn that they need. South American weather still dry in Brazil. Looks like dryness continues in Russia, winter wheat areas, but there is a storm next week that we have to watch pretty closely to see if it brings rain there. U.S. Midwest is warm and dry. Southern Plains is also dry. We should see pickup in harvest over the weekend, and two things. Number one, we will be watching yields, especially in corn. And then secondly, we'll be watching to see if the farmer sells additional bushels. Pipeline in corn needs to be filled. And the other thing that we saw this week was talk about the final U.S. corn and soybean yields might be lower than what the USDA said in September, which offered some support. But we ran up against some very strong resistance at $13 November beans and $5.40 December corn. I think eventually we will push through those prices, but we're going to need more demand and talk of lower yields to get buyers to come in and buy at these price levels. And finally, I was raised on a farm in central Illinois. We got up early. We worked until late. Hard work was the key to marginal profits. Cow-calf operation was always busy with them getting out at the wrong time, calving, and then trying to find a place to sell the calves. But it's taught me to get up early, work hard, do the job right, and do it until it's done. And I hope that the service is helping all of you as we move into a volatile 2022 season with our weather guide talking about extended dry weather this fall, extending into the U.S. Midwest next spring. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services. Have a safe and profitable trading day, and remember, always treat people like you yourself would like to be treated.